Hi Sophia, thanks for stopping by. Okay, today we're going to have some really adult conversations. So a few weeks ago, if you've been following me, you know that I went for surgery. They had to remove a piece of my cervix, which was a very unexpected kind of thing. It was very unplanned. So basically, some of you know that I work from home. This is my office, so I'm basically self-employed. When I came back from Cape Town to Nairobi, to Kenya, I moved last year. And I didn't have any medical cover when I came here. So my dad was always like, you need to get at least basic cover. Because I was like, yeah, insurance is expensive and you know, getting Jubilee and AIG and all that. And she's like, no. And he was like, no, you need to get even the basic. And it's like, the basic cover you can get is NHIF. NHIF is basically run by the government. You can get different packages for it. So he said it's 500 shillings because I'm self-sponsored. I'm doing it by myself. You can do it under your parents, but if you're of legal age or if you're old enough, then you can do it by yourself. And then my dad was like, you need to get NHIF. So we went back and forth, and he literally, I am so happy that he kept pushing me to get my NHIF because this is what actually covered for my procedure at Aga Khan. So basically, you pay 500 shillings a month. 500 shillings is very little money. It's about $5 US. So because of all the pushing that he was doing, I was like, you know what? I'm going to pay for the whole year. So I went to NHIF, I paid 6,000 shillings, they're done. And then I showed it to my dad. I was like, now get off my back. I've already paid for this thing. And then the other thing is I rarely get sick. So I'm like, why do I even need this insurance? I am rarely at the hospital. I eat well, I exercise, I sleep early, I wake up, I sleep early, I wake up early, I keep myself out of stress. Why do I need insurance? Hey, my friend, turns out I do actually need insurance. So it's a good thing that I actually paid for it because when we went to get the results, my mom and dad were there. I think I already said it in the previous video. They were there and the doctor was there as well. And the doctor said, you have to go for surgery. And then we were just thinking, because this is Aga Khan, it's private, it's quite expensive. And the first thing that the doctor asked was, do you have NHIF? And I was like, thank God, I do have NHIF. So at the end of the day, the bill came to slightly above 100,000 and NHIF paid for 60,000. 60,000 shillings was paid by NHIF. So you can imagine the kind of relief that we had because it paid for basically almost for more than half of the bill. And most people usually think that if you get NHIF, it means that you have to go to a public hospital. That is not necessarily true. So when we were going to fill in the form so that NHIF can cover for my bills, they actually said, the reason why I got less money, I could have gotten more, but the reason why I got less money is because I've only been a member for 1 year, so I haven't been with them for long enough. They usually get more if you're like a member for more than 2 years. And also the second reason is I chose to go private. So that like if you'd gone to a public hospital, so say Kenyatta Hospital or Moi Referral, then they could have possibly covered the whole amount, which is great. So you look at it because right now I have so many friends, so many people who work for themselves, and they don't have any cover. And it's worse if you have a child because the child needs insurance, they need cover. And I understand that medical insurance is quite expensive. I mean, that's why I don't even have any private one. I only have NHIF. But for 500 shillings, you can get yourself covered. So think about it. This is something that as much as we're buying Gucci and as much as we're going on expensive holidays, do you have medical cover as someone who's working for themselves? If you're employed, say by the government or even privately, you do get health insurance, your children get health insurance, which is great. But more and more people, especially the youth, are now working for themselves, but they don't think about what happens when I'm sick. What happens when I need to get 200K immediately just for me to get admitted to a hospital? Because as much as I also say I don't get sick and I rarely get sick, things like this happen. I didn't know that I would have to go for surgery at the end of the year. Also, accidents happen. You could be driving around and you get into a car crash and you need to get admitted. So without insurance, it brings so much financial burden to your family and also to yourself. So what I would advise young people like me who are getting into business, please, the basic insurance that you can get is this one. I'm trying to hide my details. That's my card. That's my NHIF card, which saved my life. It saved my life. Getting 60,000 out of me, imagine this, I only paid 6,000 shillings, but I got a cover of 60,000. That is literally 10 times more. And I know there's a lot of politics that's going on right now with NHIF because of the corrupt leaders and the people who are stealing money basically from NHIF. I understand that and I appreciate that. But it's still very important for you to get cover because they do come through. I must say, because I have experienced it. I don't know about your experience, but they do come through. And getting NHIF does not mean that you have to go to a public hospital. I went to Aga Khan and NHIF covered for that. So, final word. Still insisting, if you're working for yourself and you're not married, so sometimes it could be that your husband is working, so you're under his cover, which is great. But if you're a single woman like me and you're working for yourself, you do need some kind of cover. So please start considering that. My plan for next year is to get private cover. I'm still doing a bit of research, seeing which one would work and which one would be more pocket friendly for me. Because right now I'm good with NHIF, but I need an extra one. Only because when I went back to get my results, you have to pay a whole consultation fee. So I paid, it was 3,950, and that pained me because I went in, I was literally in that office for 5 minutes. All the doctor was telling me was, hey Abby, you're good, the cells that we found are non-cancerous and you're good, and I'm going to see you in May. That was all. I paid 4,000, almost 4,000 shillings just to be told that. Man, that really pinched me, and I was really broke at that time. So I thought, if say I had private insurance, then the insurance would have paid for such things like consultation. So my plan for next year is definitely to start looking around for the best health covers privately. If you know of any, please let me know in the comment section, because I'm definitely getting private cover for next year, just in case these things happen. And I know people usually say, what if I pay all this money and I never get sick? Be happy, be glad that you're not using your insurance, you're not using this insurance money that you're paying. Yes, you're paying a lot of money, but do you really want to pay for it just so that you can get sick? You're only doing it as it's insurance, it's a cover, it's a just in case, just in case, because life is so unpredictable. You could be flying high right now, then tomorrow you need 10 million shillings for your son's surgery, and then what happens? Now you're selling your house, you're selling your car. Actually, there's a research that was being, I think it was somewhere on YouTube where they were saying that health is actually one of the main reasons why people go bankrupt. Just medical bills basically, because these are things that you don't plan for. Your son gets into an accident, or even you get into an accident. You did not plan for the accident. Now you're admitted at Nairobi hospital, and now they need 8 million shillings. You do not have 8 million. What do you start doing? You sell your house, you sell your car, your kids stop going to school. But if you had insurance, they wouldn't cover for the whole amount, but at least they would cover for something. So please, ladies and gentlemen, especially if you're working for yourself, start considering NHIF or any other insurance, but please have some form of insurance when it comes to your health. Thank you for watching this video. I make videos every Sunday and every Thursday, and I will see you next week. Please like this video, and if you have not subscribed to the channel, I would really, really, really urge you to subscribe. Okay? I will see you next week. Bye. Hi, Sophia. Thanks for stopping by. Junior, osha hizo windows zingine kwanza natumia. Sawa.